Hey there guys, GamerzX here. Let's talk more on Battlefield 4 news that are relatively fresh. As you know, the maximum player count available in Battlefield 3 is set to 64 players. It's more than enough to play Rush or Conquest on your preferably playable map. But with that, Battlefield 4 things might change to the better. Battlefield 4 is known of its highly detailed and powerful Frostbite engine 3.0. With that in mind, developers have extended the Battlefield experience by creating many improvements to the game. Their work has also shed some light toward map scaling. With Battlefield 4, DICE has to extend the fighting borders even more, stretching the map size to an incredible amount, and with that also increasing the player count to a possible 70 players or more. While it's official, Battlefield 4 will support 66 players on PC and the next-gen platforms, which is 2 more than the previous game in the series due to the addition of the new Battlefield 4 Commander feature. But it could be a lot more according to the new rumour. DICE is said to be considering 70 or more players in Battlefield 4 multiplayer. This comes from the same source who accurately tipped us about the new Frostbite 3 engine back in March. According to the source, multiplayer with 70 and more players is being tested, but it's not certain what the results are so far. If it is stable, playable, or just a mass clusterfuck in the hall of the main building. There are several key reasons why 70 players could very well happen. The first one I described just before, with scaling the map size. They should also improve the maximum players available on the battleground, just because I and many of you really don't like running or driving to the combat zone for more than a minute. The second benefit would be the new squad system has 5 players per squad, which results in uneven squads with the current 32 players. 6 squads would have 5 players, while the last squad would only have 2, and it would be uneven. Having 35 players would mean 7 squads of 5 players, with no players being left out. And the third possible reason is that adding +3 more players per team would face no technical hurdles, nor would multiplayer maps need any significant changes. DICE tested Battlefield 3 back in the day with 128 and even 256 players, but found that it just wasn't fun. It was just probably too much clusterfuck. Some Battlefield 3 servers owners also managed to hack some game servers to support 128 players, but it wasn't actually fun, and I don't know if they were banned or so, I don't really know. Battlefield 4 with 128 players would be an overkill, but 70 players sounds very reasonable. I would say with the new consoles being built and used for only one purpose of the next-gen gaming, it would be wise of the developers to increase the maximum amount of players from 64 to 70, because all the next-gen consoles, including PC, are more than capable of running 70 or even more players on a single map. This is just because the Battlefield series has stuck with 64 players ever since the first game was released over 10 years ago. We need a change. With the arrival of the next-gen consoles, now would be the perfect time to increase the player size and really differentiate Battlefield 4 from its rivals, really most of which already support 64 players on the PC. So what do you think, and what do you say about having even more players available to play the new Battlefield 4 game? It would really come in handy at a bigger game mode such as Conquest or Conquest Large. Well, anyway, that was all for today. We'll see if DICE will implement 70+ players in the game, and we'll see you next time.